A person who's lost just goes in circles. I mean, if you're truly lost, you just go in circles. And eventually you just come back to your same tracks. I did that once. I heard about it, read it in the books. I did it once. Not a good feeling. Wow, that's tracks, great. I found some tracks. They're my tracks. That's not good. I wasn't too stoked about that. I go, whoa, I'm really lost. You see? So in life, that's the way we're just going around in circles. One lifetime, another lifetime, going here, going there. You know, coming back on our old tracks. See? Doesn't work. It's not the solution. See? If you don't know the solution, then I don't care how much you recognize the problem, you still have the problem. There must be a solution. It's very simple. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, entire being. But it doesn't happen overnight. You don't just wake up one morning, January 1st, and say, I love God. 2019, I'm a lover. For sure. Doesn't happen like that. It'd be nice. You see? That's in the movies. No, it has to be cultivated like any relationship in this world. See, all these relationships in this world are just perverted reflections of the pure relationship. They're just perverted reflections. Loving people, caring for people, wanting to be with people, finding happiness in the relationship, they're just perverted reflections of the real one. See, it's not that they're not real, it's just they're perverted. It's true, it does exist, but not in this form. You see? So like any relationship, we have to cultivate it. We have to build it. We have to work at it, right? And if we do, then we may make some progress toward having a better relationship. Mm-hmm. So it's no different with the Supreme Lord. We're far away, we're covered, we're full of false ego and arrogance and pride and, the resulting lust and anger and, all the things that keep us from being happy. That's who we are. We're covered in this to greater or lesser degrees. Mm-hmm. So we have to clean it away, see. Gradually we have to detox. There's a lot of people into health now and, health regimes and programs, and detoxing is one of the requirements, right? You've been eating junk food and living a junk lifestyle for 40, 50 years. Okay, now you got to detox. You got to clean out the junk. So you got to go on these different diets and cleansing regimes and eat the herbs and the enemas and the fasting and all the different requirements to get rid of the junk. So before you can start being healthy. So we got to do both. We got to get rid of the junk and we got to start building spiritual nutritional building. The process of Bhakti Yoga teaches us all that, you see. That's what we do. We follow a designated process that comes from where? Some man somewhere sitting on a mountaintop going, this would be a good idea. Let's do this. No, it comes from the source. This is the source. This is absolute knowledge. It is for everybody. It's not some exclusive group of people that are allowed to do this. Everybody's encouraged to do it. That was the one thing that was disturbing to the people when Jesus was on the planet. I'm talking a little bit about Jesus because, number one, we're in the West, and I could talk about many wonderful, perfect saintly people in the East from, millenniums, and people, you wouldn't know who I'm talking about. So in the West, if we know anything about a spiritual personality, usually it's a little bit about Jesus. So anyway, Jesus came here to actually, by his life's example, show us what the fruit of love of God is. You see, he was peaceful, he's happy. And was he loving selectively? Did he only like a certain race of people? He was born where everybody was, following Judaism, and that was, the Israelites and so on. That's where he was born. And he preached to the non-Jews, the Gentiles, right? And they didn't like that. What are you doing? You're preaching to those guys, He went home with the money changer. He's a crook. He's a nobody. Why are you going with that guy? He didn't do what they thought he should do. See? No, he was saying, I'm giving this to everybody, not just this select group of people who are the righteous ones, everybody. See? And we expanded even further in the Bhakti Yoga system to be able to give it to the animals. You got a dog, we can teach you how to truly love your dog. Not just because of sentimental attachment, you see, but truly the spirit soul in the dog body, you can help that person spiritually grow. He's not a dog, he's a person in a dog body. You're loving the person, not the dog. See, I just heard now there's a new thing, cloning your pet. You guys heard about that? You know, where you take some DNA from your favorite dog, it's getting old, or it's got cancer, or whatever the problem is. You know, it's getting ready to leave his body, but you don't want him to go, see? So you clone, I think in China's where it's going good now, you know, $100,000, yeah, we'll make you a new one. You know, just bring us some DNA, we'll fix it up, shoot it into a bunch of eggs, and, you know, out of 100, we might get one. It looks like Fido, and, you know, you just be right back in your home. But he's not the same person. He's another guy. He doesn't know you, you know. The body looks the same. This is another guy. He doesn't know you. You know, you're not anybody he knows. You see? Now you got to train him up. I'm me. Don't you know who I am? You know, you're the one. You remember how many times I walked you when it was cold? Mm-hmm. This is all stupid. This is people who don't know what to do with their life and their intelligence. Yeah, so you can clone people. Is that what you're supposed to do with this amazing intelligence? No, develop love for God. Develop your relationship with God. Follow Bhakti Yoga process, and it teaches you how to do that. You see, it's for everybody. We're all loving people. See, we're loving people. It's who we are. Let's get rid of all the animosity and the hate and the sectarianism and the racism and the thisism and the thatism and the barriers that keep us apart. We're not equal materially. No, absolutely not, but we're all equal spiritually. Let's start relating and operating on the spiritual platform. There's where the peace is, you see. That's what it's all about. And we could, you know, there's a saying, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Yes, but why? Because he was the Prince of Forgiveness. He was the Prince of Love. The peace was a result. It was the fruit. He didn't come and give everybody peace. He came to give everybody love for God. This is how you can do it. This is what you should do. I forgive. You forgive. Everybody forgive. In his prayer, he said, Father, forgive me my sins as I forgive those who have sinned against me. See, I can't expect you to forgive me if I don't forgive anybody else. They've done me wrong. I hate those guys, but please forgive me. I'm a good guy. They're demons, but, you know. No, he didn't say that. As I forgive them, can you forgive me? You see? Let's make it real. And there is the message. There is the message. Forgive. You can't, I didn't say forgive and forget. You can't forget. If it's in there, it's in there. But you can forgive in the heart, not just words. I forgive you. See, no, that's not it, you know. And it's not a pardon, like, oh, I pardon you, like in, you know. No, it's like, I forgive you, you know. A pardon means it's done. Like if the whoever, the president or governor or somebody pardons a criminal, and then he gets out of jail, and you can never use that crime against him again. It's over. It's done. So when you forgive somebody, it's a real pardon. You don't bring it up later. I forgive you. Or do you remember that time you went off with that guy and you did this and that? You know, you just keep the court still in session. You know, you're still judging this person. That's not forgiveness. See, it's not a forgive and forget. It's just forgive. See, if you remember it or don't remember it, if you've truly forgiven, it's gone. The anger, the fear, all that stuff is gone. See, it doesn't eat you up inside. You know, this is how you can live a real life. If you don't have this, your life is going to be not as good as it could be. You see? Not as good as it could be. Go to the reservoir. See, we're walking around in this world with our little speck of love. See, we got a little speck. And we're in a desert because the desert is where there's no water, right? I mean, what makes a desert different from the oasis? Only one thing, water. If you've got no water, it becomes a desert. You got no love, your life becomes a desert. So you're walking around in the desert of life, see, looking for water, love. See? You've got one little drop because that's all you got. I mean, come on. You've only got what you got, and you're a tiny little speck, so you only got a little drop. And you meet another person in the desert looking for love, and you come together, you both got a drop, and you say, oh, would you like my drop of water? They go, yes, thank you. Oh, please take it, and you give them your drop. Oh, would you like my drop of water? Yes, oh, so sweet. Oh, and they give you your drop. And what do you got? You got a drop. I drink your drop, you drink my drop, and we're still dying of thirst. We're still in the desert. But if somebody comes along and says, hey, you know, you guys, there's an oasis right over there, you know. It's not far. It's very easy to get to. All you do is just go over there, and you can have all the water you want. It's unlimited. It doesn't run out, see? And there's palm trees, and there's grass, and there's fruit, and there's, you know, birds, and there's, you know, everything, you know. And you say, oh, no, that's all right, we're okay. You know, we love each other, we're fine, see? Drop to drop, you know, we're doing good, see? But a wise person say, hey, come with me, let's go to the oasis, you know. Yeah, let's go, sounds great. And you both go there, and there it is. Water, lake, you swim, you eat the fruits. You can then really be in the position of life that is full. So that reservoir of water is the Supreme Lord. You can go there with your loved one. Bring them, take them. See? And they will be happy. You will be happy. You'll be happy together. You can give your happiness to other people together. And there is life. That's real life. And everything else is short of that. You see? It's short. It's empty. You know, at best. And now it's far from even that kind of best. You see? It's so lonely out there. I just read today, a report was posted, that loneliness and isolation is more damaging than a chronic disease. So many people are lonely. So many people. Holiday seasons make people even more lonely because everybody's in a festive mood, but they're not in a festive mood. They're going to parties, but you know, they're lonely, see? Just because you're in the middle of a party doesn't mean you're not lonely. You're looking for the love yourself. Oh, but where? So, there is a solution, a real solution, an eternal solution. And the beauty of all this is, at the end of the day, when you've achieved this loving relationship with the Supreme Lord, you go back to the spiritual world. In that relationship continues. It's not over. There's no limit. It doesn't end. And that's when life begins. That's not when life ends. See, many people think, even at best, if I go back to the spiritual world, that's the end of the journey. No, that's not the end of the journey. That's the beginning of the journey. Because the journey of life is love. And love has no end. It's unfathomable. It's eternal, ever existing, and ever expanding. You can't reach the end of love. And that is real life. And it's available to each and every person. We are all candidates. Everybody. So that is what will make your life complete. That is what will make 2019 and all the rest of the years to follow a good year. See, a successful year. It'll make a successful life. And you can help so many people along the way have a successful life. You can really serve your fellow man and your fellow dog and your fellow cat and your fellow snake and all those guys. Everybody. So this is what we're hoping for everybody. Now, the best way to achieve these seemingly unachievable goals is given to us by the Lord, not somebody figured it out. Please understand, these truths are not figured out. They're not coming from somebody's fertile brain or somebody's enlightened experience. This is coming from the Supreme Lord himself. He gives us this information. He comes and he shows us. He sends his representative to tell us. And he says, and the representatives say, that the easiest way to come to this platform of love for the Lord is by regularly hearing and chanting his holy names. Mantra meditation. They have the potency of the Supreme Lord himself. The Lord is all pure. He is all purifying. His names are no different than himself. When I chant these transcendental names of the Lord, this transcendental sound, I am contacting the Supreme Lord directly. I am becoming purified. I, the spirit soul. If I do this on a regular basis, gradually I become free of all these illusions. The false ego begins to dissipate, and the true ego is now in place. And through the true ego passes love to everybody. I experience it in my life, and other people experience it from me. And all of this is the most pleasing to the Supreme. See, it's a very simple formula. It's a secret, but it's an open secret. See, anybody can do it. If you get up and do Gauranga meditation, if you do it every day, let's say, this is, almost hypothetical, but if you do it every day, see, you wake up and every morning you do Gauranga meditation, 10, 15 minutes, see, and then you do the rest of whatever you do. It'll change your life completely, because for that small amount of time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you have been directly in contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have. See, he's present in his name. And gradually you will begin to experience, it has changed my life. Inside. Externally, things might be the same. Internally, new world. See? And then you may be inclined to do more, to learn more, to hear more of this teaching, to add other mantras. You see, to seek out those who are actively practicing this and make them your new association, and so on and so on. It has to start somewhere. And if you do that, then you will be gradually experiencing your true self. See? And all of the things that are in the way of your real happiness will be gradually moved. They're obstacles. All the happiness of this world that we're so desperate to get are basically many times obstacles. Yeah, you're going to have material happiness, of course. Sensual pleasure, yes, of course. You eat a wonderful meal, it's going to taste good. If you eat a yoga wonderful meal, it'll be a vegetarian meal, even better. And if it's, can carry it to the next level of perfection, it'll be a sanctified, spiritually purified vegetarian meal. Yoga food. Aha. Now you're getting purified by eating. And on it goes. See, simple process, so simple, but so profound. Everybody can do it. See, everybody can. This is the good news. The good news is not somebody else did it. I did it. See? Now it's what everybody else does that we're envious of. Oh, they look so good on, Instagram. They're having such a nice time. And I wish I was too. I'm not anybody. Nobody likes me. All thumbs down. No ups. That's the pitiful world we're in right now. You see, our happiness is dependent on this, and our sadness is dependent on this. That's not life. That's junk. You see, that's why our life feels like junk. So I'm telling you what is going to help you, going to purify you, going to make you happy, going to make the Supreme Lord happy, and make it so you can have a real life. You didn't find love, you just heard about what it really is, and you did what it was to uncover it. It's already in you. It's already in your heart. Love is there. It doesn't come from an outside source. You see, you just uncover it and it begins to blossom and you become connected. You're in the flow, so to speak. Yeah, bhakti yoga. Beautiful thing. Madhava Kunja Vihara